Visionomicon.
Sights from beyond.
ASILENT'S is a brutal death grind band which influences a lot to like bands like Gorgasm, Cannibal Corpse. But when I come in, it's become like more to like I put some of my influences inside, such as like Carcass, Origin a bit, Misery Index, and Nile. See how it goes lah. But the band is formed way before I come in. It's actually formed by Fias. I think way back. Let me see. It's 2004. Okay. At that time, it's a I think it's 4 or 5 man band. There's 2 guitars actually. But there's a lineup changes, so it become 4. I think maybe most probably is Fias, Farhan, Kenny, and Emil. That is the Recalibrated Chaos lineup lah. I think that one is 2012 release the album, and at that time, Fias asked me to come in to do a session for him lah, because Farhan cannot tour in Indonesia and everything because he's due to his commitment lah. So I come in as a sessionist. Then Fias say, why not you just join in? At that time I was playing with Whorehouse Putri. So I decided to stick with ASILENT. And so there's a bit lineup changes. So in like 2017, we come up with the main lineup, which is now me. I'm doing guitars and vocals, and Fias doing guitars and vocals as well. And we got an Indonesian drummer, Edwin from Nosa, who is playing at Discord also. He got minivan lah. It's difficult lah. But to jam also difficult. Okay, so we are more into like last time it's more to brutal death, like Gorgasm, Cannibal Corpse, like that lah. Just as I said lah. But since like when I come in, then Elvin come in, we try to make it like a more mixture, more groovy, more like easy to people want to listen to the music. They want to listen more time. It's for me, what I call is a hook. So it's like quite interesting. Then we also decided to make it like the recently released album, the Concentrated. We make a concept album. That is my idea. Even the intro and the outro is arranged by me lah. All the samples also become like a concept album. There's a storyline with it lah. So it's a new thing for us also lah. And also in 2018 we also did a European tour, our first European tour, and we learned a lot of things there lah. That is we going to talk about it later lah. So that's all about ASILENT. Actually, from last time, I started out, I think, listening to metal about 10 years old. But at that time, I'm more into hard rock and some listen to some Malay rock also. But the one that really introduced me to more heavier stuff, like heavy metal and speed metal, thrash metal, is Alice Cooper lah. Because there's one album I think Raise Your Fist and Yell is more to like those type like King Diamond style of riffings. There's like some fast riffs and the guitar works is nearly like those speed metal techniques. So at the time I was listening to and going to school time lah, listening to Alice Cooper. Then that time people do tape trading, here pinjam there, pinjam here, then sometimes never give back. So from there also I managed to listen to King Diamond. So there is one big like a change for me when I listen to King Diamond. I feel like I want to listen to more heavier stuff, but King Diamond is very it's a main influence for me because it's a the thing that attract me most is the storyline. It's a concept album. Every album is a concept album. Then the guitarist is awesome. It's one of my major influences that that time when I was a kid I really want to become like anti rock. Then when I listened to King Diamond, then after that I started to listen to Iron Maiden. Then I was a Iron Maiden fan. Everywhere must listen Iron Maiden, King Diamond. Even my t-shirt all is Iron Maiden. King Diamond cannot find the t-shirt that time. If can find also, I think my father will say, wah ni baju hantu. So after that I think maybe during secondary school time, then I started to listen to heavier stuff. So like my Carcass, Napalm Death is one of my influences also for like grindcore death metal. Then after that black metal start to come in, punk and everything, when you mingle around with different types of people, hardcore, you listen to many types. Even after my NS there's a metalcore. So but my major influences is all music genres, and I listen to all of them, provided they make me want to hear the music lah. I enjoy it lah. Like what I say is a hook. Like we listen we want to listen again. And then every time that CD last time Discman right, then CD is inside that Discman lah. Okay. For Guitar Heroes I also listen also. Like my favorite guitarist is Tony McApine. Whatever he do, I really love it. Malmsteen not so much, but I listen also lah. Then Marty Friedman, Jason Becker, all of Guitar Heroes I listen to lah. That one is last time when I was playing in Beast Petrify. This one is my guitar mentor lah. He's Alfami. He introduced me a lot of Guitar Hero stuff lah. Guitar masters, if what you call it. Then but now I'm more into death metal and grindcore because that's what ASILENT'S is playing now. I do feel like I want to make a sound like project bands, like maybe like King Diamond or maybe like Equilibrium. There is more like atmospheric so that is my musical preferences lah that influence me in playing metal. Okay, for my gears, for guitars I have total about 12 guitars. One guitar is already I give to my cousin. It's actually my first acoustic guitar. That guitar is actually my father bought for me because actually he wants me to follow my sister playing piano, but I don't have an interest in playing piano lah. but my father see that I have an interest in listening to heavy metal music, want to play guitar, right? So he bought for me a melody acoustic guitar lah. I think he bought from bookstore lah, bookshop lah. That time I see, I think around $40 ah. This one is usually a melody and kapok guitars come together one. So if you that time in 1990s you go to any bookstore there's always kapok or melody. That one I only use for learning how to play guitar, strum chords and everything lah. So that one is already I give to my cousin already. It's a good guitar, but it's too bad lah. Actually I want it back lah, but my cousin already, I think he never jaga or what the neck already bengkok already lah, so I cannot do anything already lah. So when I start playing guitar, the acoustic guitar doesn't satisfy my needs for playing heavier riff. I want a distorted sound. So my dad bought me a Legend brand electric guitar. I think it's at Davis. It's around, I think around $200 or something. This guitar is still in my possession lah. It's still in the storage lah. That one is I put it in a standard tuning. It's a Strat. But one bad thing about this guitar is that it always go out of tune. Every time it's like one whole step. Every time I finish one song, doing covers or what, it will the tuning will be run like one whole step like that. So but it's a good guitar for practice lah. Then after that, my third guitar is a Congress acoustic, because my dad enrolled me inside a Yamaha music school. So he thought like a better guitar would be better for me to do well in my exams. Furthermore, the Congress guitar, the fret is so damn big. It's good for my fingers because my fingers also big also lah. So it doesn't cramp, because playing classical is very you want to do the chords, is very like cramp. So that one give me a lot of space. And then after that, I have my first considered guitar that I play for my bands lah. After is the number, I think now is the number fourth guitar. It's Ibanez RG550. I still have it. I'm tuning it to standard tuning also. This one is it's a good guitar lah. Then after that, I bought a Warlock BC Rich. This one during my NS time, I helped out my friend because my friend, he in debt because that time is a World Cup so I helped him to settle his stuff. Bought his guitar from him. This one is a very rare one. It's a inverted headstock, and then it's made in USA. So he say, please lah, help me. I need to pay my debt. Then I say okay lah. He sell me the guitar and one Tech 21 amp for about $700. So it's a quite good deal actually. The guitar, I think I'm now using it for standard tuning also, because that one is that one have a Floyd Rose bridge. So I use like covers, like maybe like best like King Diamond, Iron Maiden or something like that lah. Okay, for my effects, when I started out, I used a lot of boss pedals like Metal Zone, this heavy metal, and other some effects but most of them I sold it off lah. I also have this Ibanez power lead. It's no longer manufactured already lah. This is the, I think the second best seller or something. But this is compared to Tube Screamer. This is the distortion is a bit lighter. I think it's most suitable for playing leads and solos. It doesn't give much of this distortion sound. I think this one my dad just like bought for me for my birthday or something lah. Okay, so after that I got one is a death metal DOD. See, so terbalik. Betul. Death metal. This one is the first. It's not a Digitech. No, Digitech is the second. This is the first one. This one is a the treble is so high lah. Maybe this one is most suitable for like grindcore, those like very noisy stuff. The only the lacking is the mid range. I managed to get a good death metal sounding. Like Carcass and Napalm Death. But that time I was playing in Intvws and Visionomicon as a bassist. So I used this to some sort like make my bass sound more like a bit like people say sound kubu, like very grave, like very low type, but this one I used until quite a long time until I started to use a 96 pot XT Live that one I use when I playing with House Butchery. I use a Boss 96 pot XT Live. Then I upgraded to HD 500, and then now I'm using a Helix lah. So for now my touring, live performance and gig and jam, I'm using a Helix and my G10 wireless transmitter lah. And I'm also thinking of buying a power amp lah, because for now my setup, right, I'm using my impulse response. So I got a 2 channel. One channel is a impulse response, is going to straight to the front of house, and the other one will go to the on stage, we go to the power amp, and we go to the guitar cabinet. So I will manage to hear what my guitar sounds like on stage, and my guitar that with the IR will be with the speakers lah, so that I can monitor the sound lah. This is what I learned when the Silent plays with Dead Squad. That's how Dead Squad the setup is. So I try to learn from it. Then I learned that some people also use this type of method lah. So maybe we try out when the next gig or something, we try to do it that way lah. But I already set up my Helix doing that. And my Helix is very versatile lah. You can go to front of house, you can go to speaker, you can go to guitar cab, you can go to what you call that, effects loop of the amp. It's very versatile, because this is like what you call that, one advice for guitarists or bands that want to go overseas playing, especially like Europe or what, and you have to rent out your gears, your backline. If let's say you forgot to how to say rent out your amps, or your amps give problem or what, right, you need to use other ways to this one hook up your gear lah. Because there it's not like Asia. Asia, you go to any like most of the experience I have, most of the venues they will have their own equipment so you just go there and just plug and play. You can ask the soundman to help you to how you want to put this one, but most of the like amps are all the setup for you already. But in Europe or other countries, it's a different method. It's only the stage and all the drum set or everything, you have to really like deploy, then you have to tear down, then the next band will come up and play. and they too have to set up the whole thing for within 15 minutes, you know. This is this thing we heard before lah, that's why we are prepared for it lah. We that time we heard from Wormrod and everything lah, then we like, oh, it's like that lah, so we prepared for it lah. So it's not that say that we want to discourage but this is a heads up for you guys so you won't be like culture shock. If let's say you manage to play overseas then wow, how come like that and for my backup I have this Zoom MS50G. This is a multi-storm. It's a small version There are many limitations but this is like a backup only actually I can get a HX storm but since I have this thing already, this one is before that it's quite sufficient for me even like my friends like you know, brother Bo from Chuga Ritual, he also using this also, and some like Woody Wasmawan from Intvws also using this. So it's a good multi-effects So this will be always when I'm touring, it will be always in my guitar case in case of my helix breakdown or what this will take over the job Okay, so for amps at home, I don't have any amps. It's only for practice amps. It's like all those small amps, combo amps. One is a Black Star and one is a PVM. It's a small amp. That one is only I use for, let's say, if I want to try out some tones or what, I just use it to see how it sounds like in an actual amp. But if let's say for my if I'm doing covers or home recording or just practicing myself, I'm using I'm connecting to this 9.6 tone port. It's a audio interface. If it goes to my laptop, and from there if it goes to my DAW, I'm using Cubase and 9.6 port farm. So that's already I already set up all the what you call that, the channels, the distortion, the amps and everything, the plugins and everything So it's easier for me because right now also, if let's say I have actual rig like amps and cabinets and anything if I want to play, it'll be quite loud So here in Singapore it's very difficult everything also kena complain So that one is easier. So you just play, you just use headphones or you just use a monitoring speaker just to see how it sounds So that's all for my recording gears recording touring gears maybe next time if let's say Silent going for like touring or what I will do make a small video how my gears, how I pack up my gears, how I, you know, what gears I'm using, so to like give some sort like like very informative to all those like musicians or bands who want to go for touring sometimes you need to know to do this thing because if you are not prepared it's difficult especially like if you go for especially like how to say when during flight or what I got one of my friends I think from Philippines or what he come to I think Vietnam or what he's paddleboard he just put like that never circle properly go there the cargo guys flip there, flip here, flip there all inside, all then he has to one by one to reset again, you know. So maybe this is good for you guys maybe one day I will do that video for you see how Okay, I wish to thanks Arif for this interview, this nighttime interview. People want to sleep already, he want to interview me. Okay, and then for us Silent, actually this year we have a lot of things that we plan, but we cannot do because of the pandemic. By right, in March we are supposed to go back to Indonesia, Jakarta, to record our next album. And by right, once that finish, then we supposed to tour Japan, and in October we supposed to tour Europe, especially in UK. We actually got three venues, three places that are confirmed booked, but because of this thing we have to postpone it maybe to next year, because the things are very fluid, so we don't know when this thing will, like, the pandemic will be lifted. But what we can do right now, for recording purpose, our drummer is in Jakarta lah. So we are, after making the composing the songs, everything, I do all the drum tracks, drum programming lah. So my drummer Evan will like know how the song is, then I will record my guitar. Then once is everything okay, I will send this sample to Elvin lah. So at there he will liaise with the studio, then maybe he will record his drum first for all the songs lah. So now I am compiling all the songs for our album to pass to him, and then we see how from there lah. So most probably, if let's say maybe hopefully lah, maybe October or November we can go back to Jakarta and finish our recording. That's a very good thing for us lah. Okay, and I think that's all lah. So look out for our new album maybe next year, but this is going to be another concept album. The last album, the Unconstituted, is about a zombie apocalypse. Like now we are living in a pandemic, the outbreak. So the second one will be like how we all interact with it. It's like how we going to counter fight with it, like counter attack like that. So there's a lot of things. It's another concept album and it's now we like more into grooves, and that will be heavy. We're experimenting more things, like Fias also put some doom briefs, everything. So it's up for you to decide lah. But it's just wait and see lah. Okay. Lastly, I will say that I will thank Alif for this interview, and for all my friends out there, happy fasting, sama puasa. Then later going to sama Hari Raya, mazai batin okay. Today I'm doing a silent second draft recording for guitars for one of the songs. So how about we preview it? This is going to be in the upcoming album lah. Okay. Kaizer, and you are watching at Visionomicon.
Visionomicon.
Sights from